da 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 da. It's HitKidd, and I just jumped out the porch.
With Dirty Glove Bass.
With Dirty Glove Bass.
All right, so we got my boy HitKidd back off the porch with us one more time, man.
Yeah.
Welcome, bro. So how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling a whole lot better than the last time, cause it's probably about 20 degrees in here.
Yeah,
I'm probably not even over exaggerating when I say that. It was really cold, but yeah, I'm feeling good though.
Yeah, you was shivering and everything.
Yeah, luckily they couldn't.
So it
see
looked like you came prepared. Like, man, I'm gonna just take the shirt off. You know,
yeah,
it might be hot today.
it's summertime now, so I was hoping it wasn't cold here during the summertime.
Nah, for real, man. So what else you got planned during this trip to Atlanta, man? What else you got shaking?
Going to the premiere, day show. You know what I'm saying? So that's really about it. I'm doing this off of 2 hours of nap, not sleep.
True.
2 hours of nap and drove here.
Really?
So yeah.
Has that pretty much been
the
normal?
A long day.
Has that pretty much been the normal for you lately, man? Or
I probably do about 6 hours of sleep, really.
Okay.
But it depends. I try to take care of my body, but I be feeling like I don't be doing enough work if I go to sleep for a little minute.
Yeah, no, that's true, man.
Yeah.
So how was your Rolling Loud experience down there in Miami, man?
It feel like I had got done working out when I got off stage. Because when I was jumping with like one leg. I was like hopping over here, and I was yelling. My voice was gone. But like being on stage, it felt cool. Like I could see everybody's face clear, and to be able to yell and express myself on stage. On the stage that I always wish I was at was a great experience, especially like with Duke and the rest of my friends. Aleza, the toots going crazy on the mic. Yeah. Cool experience.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, because I was talking to Duke when he was here a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, they put me on the big stage this time, man." Because the last time they had him on one of the smallest stages.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he showed out, so he's like, "Yeah, they put me on one of the bigger ones this year." Man. So yeah, that's dope, man. I saw you was also recently out in Paris, man. What was that experience like? Good to go overseas like that.
That was totally different. I was out there trying to learn French. When I first got out there, me and my wife came with me, so we get into the Uber, and the guy, it was an Asian guy, and he started speaking French. And I looked at my wife, I was like, "Hey, what this nigga talking about?" and I started getting on Google Translate, and I still couldn't figure out, trying to grab like at least one word to see what he was talking about. How it was like, I had said something that to the extent like we don't speak French. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." I saw he still couldn't speak. He spoke broken English, but I understood that he knew that we didn't speak French, but he thought we spoke French because we look African, because there was a lot of Africans over there that spoke French.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, he had a friend that spoke French. I was like, yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy getting off the plane and experiencing. Yeah. But past that, I worked with a couple of artists up there at the studios.
Oh, really?
Studio. Pretty much that was about it, besides me and my wife just going around Paris trying to see what's going on, and yeah.
No, that's dope. Were you able to read the menus and stuff at the restaurants, or?
Well, they had the English version of it. So.
Oh, okay.
But I would say I was trying to read it and get to know, I was trying to get to know French a little bit by reading everything I could without putting out my phone and just trying to use my intuition. Like, hey, this looks like it could be good. Yeah. Just by how it's worded, I'm going to get that.
So what does the rap music out there sound like then? Like, what were the artists that you was working with? What were they looking for out of a sound, or what was their normal sound?
I say primarily, as far as like rap, they want like drill, but they have a wide variety of like sound too. So I want to put them in a box to say like, they just only doing drill, because I did drill and I did like future kind of like trap sound, and then just some regular, just some regular beats. It really wasn't like no genre or anything.
I got you, man.
Certain genre.
Yeah. Now that's still dope that your music's taking you, halfway across the world like that.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I ain't gonna lie. And I probably learned like 10 words in French.
Hey, now you got a head start when you go back next time.
Yeah, I had to learn. The two main words I learned was I need to stop saying Cause my mom just told me to stop saying this, so I had to catch myself. But 2 words I learned that I needed everybody to know was hot, which is I just forget. But I know musty mean demoiselle.
Okay.
Because they don't believe in air conditioning in Paris.
Really?
And if you don't have any air conditioning and it's hot already outside, most likely you musty. So I had to learn hot and musty at the same time. And I'd be telling my wife, he did mosey, because they were musty. I was like, why is this? It just smell like the body in here. It smell like body, like used body. But that was it though.
That's wild right there.
Oh, we seen the Mona Lisa too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but it was too packed. I wasn't going out there. We was like,
just looking over people's heads.
yeah, we see it. Okay, you ready? Okay, set them on. And then we had to take like 30 minutes just to get out the Louvre.
Really?
It took us like 30 minutes to walk out. Because we didn't know where to go.
Yeah. So, you was here about a year and a half ago, man. Lots changed for you, man.
Yeah, a lot.
How would you describe, this past year and a half, 2 years for yourself?
I don't know. There was I flipped the switch. That's what it feel like.
Yeah.
That's what it definitely feel like. I just flipped the switch.
Has been easy, getting used to being recognized out in public, even dealing with online fame or even online hate?
I ain't really hate. I'm not worried about it. I can just troll all day. And if it's something that's too deep, I just delete it. I don't even pay attention to it. What I like to call it, I renounce. So you just don't even matter. You just not even there to me at all. You don't even exist. But as far as fame or whatever, I don't really like it like that, because it's not like it's just overwhelming. But if I want to go to the store and just go do what I want to do without being talked to, this is what I want to do. But I know how to pivot, and I know people might look at me a certain way in a good perspective, so I make sure that I speak to them and make them feel wanted and special, because they helping me. They help turning me up. So by me talking to them, it's just my way of thanking them. Understood. So I make sure I treat everybody, the same. Yeah. But so, you have your days where I really don't want to talk.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to nobody.
I just, hey, hit my manager up. I don't really feel like talking, especially in the middle of parties. I do not want to be talking. Hey, bro, hey, you know what I'm saying? Can you, I want to chop it up with you, big bro. Can you, they get to putting out their phone, pushing all in my chest. Hey, can I get your number right quick, big bro? Yeah. And then I had their phone, they get to looking out to the side. Yeah, I finally got you, man. It been about, man, I was all in your DM, man. I got you right here. I ain't gonna text you no more after that. You got my number, but I ain't texting you. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's always an adjustment, man. Just having to deal with so many people, just wanting your time, wanting your attention.
I don't want to be no butthole though, so that'd be my thing. I give them my number, but at this point, I kind of see why people get to no, but people don't understand. They don't understand why people would tell them, nah, you can't get my number.
Yeah.
And I feel like a butthole doing that, but I have to start doing that, because
that's what
why you get my number? I don't know you.
Yeah, that's what management's for anyway. It's you want to do business, you got to go through him anyway.
Yes, yes, bro.
For sure, man. All right, so set the tone. First off, what was your vision when you got all these women together for the song?
To bring, I just said again. My bad, Mom. I was about to say it again, but I just said it. That's crazy. I can't stop saying it.
Should we put an counter in the corner for this
one? Every time I say you got to put up. The Set the Tone song, my vision was to put gangster music back on the map, real gangster music, but for women. At least at that time when I was doing it. I just said it again. It's crazy. I can't stop catching myself. The Set the Tone was to put gangsta, for the ladies and stuff, put gangster music back on the map, with Gangsta Boo, Lil Chat, Mia X, that type of vibe, because that was a missing market, especially in Memphis. it's already an underrated thing that women, you know, they're being overlooked out of Memphis, just in general, but specifically Memphis for me. And I want to put that in the forefront and make it go worldwide, which it is now. So
yes, it did.
That was the point.
Okay.
But it didn't happen. It didn't really come around until FNF dropped. But that was like 2 months, well, maybe like a month ago. So there's 2 months since FNF had dropped that people was going back and looking at the stuff we had did a year before.
Yep. Man, don't discredit yourself, because when Set the Tone dropped, it did go viral on Twitter.
It went viral that time, but I was speaking really on like the other songs though.
Okay,
because they started looking at the other songs. Obviously, Set the Tone had went viral, but the other songs when nobody really. I mean, they were paying attention because Set the Tone had went viral. Yeah. But that was about it. Only got to a certain point where they was just listening to it until it went reviral.
Understood.
Yeah.
So how did you discover the artist? Did you already have a previous working relationship with each of them, or?
I elaborate because I feel like it'll be interesting for people to know. But I knew of Gloss through cause I think I was a friend on Facebook for a little minute, and I used to see her do freestyles and everything. But I also seen like the bad part of Gloss, which is one reason I didn't work with her. But when we did the show, The Ring, which was put together by DJ Texas Trill, I went to go speak to Gloss, and I was bringing up like how she should move a little differently if she expect to be doing this. But a year before that, it was probably like January 2020 where I texted and told her what I was trying to do to put a lot of girls together. But what I did was like the next year. But going back, I knew a Glo because I seen her on Glo's page. Okay. And I remember when she first said she was rapping, when she did her first song, I remember Glo's posting it. And that's the only reason I knew of Glo. Aleza, I knew Aleza through a mutual friend, and like in the business world. And then K Carbon, I only knew of K Carbon probably like a week before that because somebody mentioned that it was a female Pooh Shiesty, because at that time he was kind of blowing up then. He had just started blowing up. And that was my first time seeing her at that show. And Slime, I knew a Slime. I forgot how I even met Slime, but I knew Slime the longest. Okay. But we really weren't like how we working out. But yeah, that's how I knew of them before we even got to the show. So when we got to the show, it was a lot of people performing, and I feel like they performed the best, and they looked more comfortable than the guys. And I feel like this is the perfect time to try to do this. So I told them I was gonna get a studio session together and do that. So once I did that, we went to the studio. I had put them in a group chat. Told them like food go be there, videographer go be there, photographer go be there, engineer over there. The group chat I had put out itinerary like this will go happen. Gave them a rundown. We got to the studio. I played like the first beat. That was the Set the Tone beat. Really? That was the only song they did, and they was writing. We playing the beat. I had played like some other beats. I think either before that or after that. I think it was after that because we were trying to do some more stuff because we had finished Set the Tone. But the first beat I played was the Set the Tone beat, and they started writing. They was eating, and Carbon like, I don't think my stuff hard, and they were all kind of acting shy. Going outside, smoked, then they came back and went crazy. And I was like, let's get a clip. And then we took a group picture, and there's like me holding a mask that was posted not too long ago. And then they individually posted their own clip of the song. I think K Carbon probably went viral the most. Yeah. Or that people know of the most as far as like the Set the Tone song. And then I think Gloss went up a little bit too. Yeah. So that's how that happened to me with that.
So was the vision always more than one song, or was it let's get in here and do one song?
It was supposed to be more than one song. Okay. Like at least for that day. But that was, that first time everybody getting together was to try to figure out like how a creative process could go. Yeah. Is this even gonna work past this point? So that was about it.
Did they all get along with each other right away?
Yeah. At least in my knowledge. Yeah. I know obviously they probably like kind of trying to figure each other out. But other than that, it wasn't no it wasn't no like anybody saying anything that was out of pocket, but nah, not at all.
Yeah, because from the outside looking in, it looked like they were all fucking with each other.
Yeah,
they were all supporting each
but
other.
I made sure that it wasn't no weird vibes either. I'm that type of person, like I'm gonna squeeze out them vibes. If you got a problem, hold it to yourself or pull that person to the side. God, if it's dealing with me, nah, we ain't finna get in our feelings. So if you are in your feelings, you gotta get it out. So that's really how I was able to maintain that the momentum that we have now in the relationship was to make sure that we let each other know like when stuff going wrong and when stuff going right. Make sure we, you know what I'm saying, tell each other like, you know, good job, blah, 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 whatever. But ironically, I tried to do this like in 2019 with three or four girls, but that kind of blew up on some weird stuff because they thought I was trying to do one thing and it really wasn't that. They thought I was trying to like steal the song and run away with the song. I was like, I don't know what y'all heard about me, but I'm not doing this. I'm gonna leave the situation alone. Holla at y'all.
Yeah. Now, did you sign anyone? Like, was this something that you were trying to like sign them to the label, or was this just like, let's just make some music?
It just make some music. I'm trying to make history. That was all in my head. Cause everybody, I remember I was on Clubhouse and I was bringing this topic up about like, well, the real topic was like, we don't have to leave Memphis to make something happen, or just your hometown in general, that you don't have to leave to make something happen. And then it led to me talking about like what I wanted to accomplish in Memphis and getting it done. And I'm like, you got so many people that's big out of Memphis that leave Memphis, take the money out. Like they taking the potential money and they taking the actual resources out of Memphis and then turn around and say, ain't nothing in Memphis. You know, it's certain resources that is here and they saying it's not there, but most of them be lazy, so they don't take the time out to do that. And the resources, the artists being the resources as well, and you know, other creators being resources too. So they didn't really want to take the time out to do this. But I took the time out to go to this event, and I wasn't going to scout, but I was like paying attention. I was like, hey, I think this is a good time to try to do this. And that's how that came about.
Yeah. Why do you feel like the women in Memphis were overlooked for so long? Because, you know, Memphis been on this hot streak for a few years, but there was no women blowing up until you put this
Memphis already overlooked. So what you think there's like a 3-time minority. They're black women, they are women, and they from Memphis. So Memphis being on the back burner of a lot of stuff, women in general in history are already on the back burner. And black women and black women are in general, you know, generally just put on the back burner everything. So that was I wasn't trying to make it like a political move, but once I look back at it, I'm like, dang, look what I, you know, actually was able to make happen.
Nah, you definitely did that, man. Yeah. No one can take that shit from you, bro. All right, so FNF. Talk about the creative process. Like, did you make the beat with Glo in the studio? This is something you just cooked up on your own, or how did the beat come about first?
I was just in my house, and I had made the beat. It was just a beat I was just making, and I thought it sounded pretty hard. And when I make beats, I already visualize like the video being done, even the song not even there. Like I make a video in my head based off the vibration of the beat and what I'm listening to. Like I visualize it before when I just started making it. Like it's like a picture, or it's like surgery, and it's just going in my head as I'm making a beat. So I made the beat, and I was going to pick up my son or dropping him off, and I had sent the beat to myself, so I'm listening to it. I was like, I think I'm gonna send this to Meg. And once I got home, I had sent it to C. Ferris, and well, he obviously knew. I didn't say like this for Meg. He already knew that I was sending it for her, but he didn't say nothing back. I think like the next day, I was like, bro, I'm not finna wait. I don't even want to wait because it'd be too hard. I said, I'm gonna use it for my album, but I still want a lady on here. So then I started thinking, I was like, I want to get somebody outside the girls. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna get one of the girls. And I feel like Glo had the best voice for that beat. So I had, by that time I was in a, crazy part of my career where it was just like wasn't nothing happening, like didn't have no money, like hard to, you know, make ends meet. And then I was able to get a session, got the session where I had like got all my homies and stuff to come record, and they all came to record. And the last song was FNF. You know, the last person to record was Glo.
Okay.
But before this, I think the same day I sent the tour, I was like, I got this beat, I want you to get on my album, can you mind doing it? She was like, yeah, I do it, send it. So I had sent the tour, I was like, boom, here you go. I need the best version of Glo, like your life depending on. So I texted it. She's like, all right, I'm finna write. So I think I got the studio session the next day or something like that. It was like, all right, it was like 10 o'clock, 10:30. And I called Glo, and she didn't answer, so I called Gloss, because I feel like they were together. And I said, bro, go wake Glo up. We got a studio at 12. The same day, so like an hour and 30 minutes later, we had to go to the studio. So she ended up coming an hour late, but she finished the song with the next hour, because I got 2 hours. So she finished the song in the second hour. No, I take that back. That's when we fixed the song.
Okay.
When I did the big session, this is like when I was in there 2 months of like, man, it just, everything was just going wrong. That's when I got the session. I told her write, she didn't write. I found out she didn't write because she asked me, or I seen her in the window typing while the beat playing. I was like, man, this nigga ain't
She didn't write to it yet.
I'm like, bro, she ain't right, but it was cool because she was the last person, so I wasn't tripping. But I walked out, she was in there recording because I was talking to somebody else. I came back in, she was like, listen to HitKidd. I listened to it. It was just F-R-E-E. It was just that going on. Then I heard the Let's Go part. I was like, yeah, it's just slamming. And I went back out. And then the only time I went back in is like towards the end of the session. Got the song, rode around, listened to it. And I'm thinking, analytical, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm thinking about analytics. So I'm thinking about that as I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is hard. I can see it blowing up, not like how it is now. I can see it blowing up. I was thinking about the video, everything while I'm around home listening to it. But she had too many curse words in the first version of it. So I was like, I know I'm gonna set up another session. Then I set up another session, and that's when I called her and told her to get up, let's go to the studio. And she came and fixed it, and then her friend Teaser was there, and like the end, you know, it was like at the red light twerking, I was telling them, I'm like, go in there and add that at the end, take a part of your verse and make it a chant at the end. And that's what they did. And, you know, she fixed the verse already, so boom, that was it. We sat there and listened to it, and I looked, she was like right here, like where you at? I was like, we finna shoot the video right now. Cause I had a totally different idea to do this video.
Really?
I had a totally different idea. I had a place I was gonna shoot it at, the whole thing. And when she got done, I was like, bro, you know what? Scratch everything I just thought about. We finna shoot the video right now. Let's go find somewhere to shoot. So I need my makeup done. You need to call. No. Just go get whoever you can get in the video. Tell them folks to come on. We finna go shoot the video. Hit my homie Rico, who shoot most of their videos, most of the videos for me. Called him. He was free. I was like, yeah, it's go time. I don't care who show up. We finna have some fun. And I directed from there. And then I had my son too. My wife had to work. She dropped him off, and we didn't start shooting until I got him.
Really?
So I'm pushing him around and telling them what to do. I was like, hey, get the car, go around the circle in the parking lot. Hey, y'all can stay right here, just rent. They was like, do what we need to do. Cut the music on, just do whatever. That's what Slime had, the beer. You know, the other girls was there, just, you know, turning up. Nikki Pooh was in there, made sure the energy was up. So I was like, all right, come on, let's go over here. Get in the cars, go around, let's try to get capture that energy. But at the same time, I'm pushing my son, but I got my phone like right here in front of the stroller where he can watch Baby First. He's watching Baby First, and I'm holding my phone and pushing it and telling him what to do while he watching Baby First. So as I'm
multitasking at its finest right there.
And then I'm also trying to watch, make sure ain't nobody trying to kill us while we shooting the video in the park, thinking that it's a sweet lick. So the last scene was gonna be at the red light because, you know, obviously if something was to go down, we can just go home as far as like the police and whoever would go try to snitch. So I'm like, hey, look, let's go to the red light. We need to go to the red light. I had to get that part because it was already for to be dark. So like, the boom, let's go ahead and go. We did it. I ain't get out the car because I ain't got time for that. I think, and then I had my son too. So I'm sitting in the car with my son in the car, and they outside twerk dancing on the cars, and it's, traffic. And then it was some car that was just sitting there. So I get home and look on Facebook. Later had put us on live. She just recording, talking about us. And I'm looking at the comments, and one lady, she was like, "They ain't got $50 all together." I screenshotted that. I said, "Remember this." I screenshotted it. Then later, like 30 minutes later, that's when me and Rico started editing the video, because we got on Discord, and he started editing the video. And because I co-edit, so basically he do it, but I tell him what needs to be done and how I need to look. So we took the lady, I said, go get that lady live and put it in the video. And we put it at the beginning, and like even the words are red when they come up, when it's spelled. So it's like I don't know, it's like a thing, it's like a certain element that make you want to say it, and make you want to look and be involved in the video. When you see them words popping up real big and red, and you see the energy, like it wasn't no gimmicky type video, and that was my thing when we was editing it. So I told Glo, hey, can you do a triller? Let's see, it kind of see where we at with it. Let's check the temperature of the song. She did. I think she did like 300K before the night ended on Facebook with the triller. So the next day we were finna drop the video. I was like, we're gonna drop the video tomorrow. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, we're finna drop the video at 9:01 tomorrow. So we dropped it at 9:01, and then we put the snippet on Facebook with each other tag, and the snippet. Well, we had the snippet of the video, but we had the link to the video when we posted it. And that did 1 million views in 24 hours.
Oh, wow. And it goes up on YouTube.
After that, obviously people was going to YouTube and then peeping it.
Yeah. Were you surprised how quickly it moved on YouTube? I think we hit 1 million, the first 4 or 5 days or something like that?
It hit 1 million probably. I don't even know. It probably hit 1 million it hit 1 million probably like in 2 days.
Okay.
Hit 1 million probably like in 2 days. That was crazy, because every time somebody be hitting us up or somebody follow us, I text Glo, like, bro, you see that? I call Glo. Bro, I called Glo probably like 15 times between after we shot the video to the next day. I'm like, bro, do you see this? Man, what's it called? They DM me, bro, you see this? Man, look at the views. I just moved and it went 10,000 views. Like, I just turned around. I turned back around. It went up 10,000 views. Like, bro, this ain't real, fool. You bought some views. Just asking that type of stuff. So that was a heck of an experience. Like looking at that, like I can't believe it. But I still wanted more though. That was the thing. I just wanted more.
Yeah. What was what you think of like men remixing the song, making their own version?
Stop. Don't remix it no more. Don't do it, please. Now I had some homies that did it. And I know that was hard, like they're just hard artists, but I just wasn't trying to hear that. Like, I gave the people in Memphis the benefit of the doubt. If you were outside of Memphis, you did it? No, stop.
Yeah, it was like, let the women have this.
And then they was doing it terrible. It's like the beat was only meant for Glo. Everybody was sending me their freestyle. I'm like, I'm not opening it up. I'm not opening it up. I did not open it up. No, I did not open it up. I left it alone. And I listened to Ren Rucci remix. It was hard. There's a lot of people that had like some hard stuff, but for the most part, I ain't listened. Only just like 10% of what was sent to me.
Oh, there was so many of them. They still drop it today.
The only thing that really made me mad, them doing the remix is cool because it was a big song, but it was people remixing like 2 days after we dropped.
Like before people even had a chance to hear the original.
I'm like, bro, we ain't hit 1 million yet. What? And then they was almost for to catch up with us until we really started separate from everybody with the views and all the content and everything. It was like, hey, please let me enjoy myself with all this. Y'all hopping in the wave, like, wave ain't got big yet. Soon I go like this to start the wave. People get in the water. Like, hold up, bro. Please let me get my own wave started. And that was the main thing about me, like not wanting no remixes going on, freestyle or whatever.
Yeah.
No, not a remix. Let me take it back. None of them remixes. They were freestyle because you did it for free.
And they're using her flow and everything on them too.
All right, that baby mama. Stop. No, it was cool, but still stopped.
It's been on Billboard for the last 2 months. How high do you think this thing can go? I think it's at 66 right now. Is that right?
Yep, 66 has been on there for 9 weeks. Most likely gonna be on there at 10. I don't think it's gonna drop. I don't think it's gonna drop.
Nah, this is a song for the summer, man.
Yeah, that's what I told her. That's what I told her before I even texted her. I was like, I need the best version of you. I was explaining, like, before I set the beat, I'm like, I'm gonna send you something. We need to kind of follow up with Set the Tone. Ironically, we shot Set the Tone like a day before the. We did the song. The session that we did Set the Tone. It was the same day we dropped the FNF video. But I was telling her, like, hey, we need to follow up with Set the Tone. You know, it's been a year. We need some more music. We need to kind of go into the summer to follow up with it. But it was really supposed to be like a rollout. Boom, one of the girls do a song, one of the other girls do something, and have some content leading into all the girls doing something. But the first rollout of doing it, it was FNF, and that blew up crazy. So then I had to change directions with it. So yeah, it was for the better though.
Yeah, no, it definitely worked out, man.
Yeah.
Should we expect an official remix, or?
Of course, I'm still working on the handling, but it was so many freestyles. Like everybody was freestyling, and the people who probably wanted to remix and start freestyling too. It was like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying. But you know, there's other people that's still open to do it. So we still kind of weighing our options, that who we really want to get on there. So that's the main thing. I also want to be strategic, but I want to make sure the right person on there as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So, you know, Glo signs CMG, Gloss signs the QC. Mm-hmm. How proud does that make you? Like, man, this was my vision. Like, to put these women in position.
I literally I went to the CMG bash because the girls were performing, so I went to support them, and I'm just sitting back this is crazy. But Gloss wasn't signed yet, so I'm sitting there like, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm just looking, just taking everything in, this is pretty cool. And so, like a week after Gloss signed, yeah, this is pretty cool. I really feel like I call them granddaughters. Like, I be trolling and calling them granddaughters. So I feel like they uncle or something. Watching them progress and doing their own thing with the momentum from the songs. Cause you had FNF blow up, right, and boom, it went down to Set the Tone, mm-hmm. And then all the rest of the video had that same type of powers. It just got one little, and it just trickled down to all the rest of the girls. So it was a good look. Everybody had a great look from just the FNF song, which initially that's what I was initially trying to do, was to have a good rollout leading into all the girls. But it happened just with one song, not just each girl individually. Yeah. Yeah. So I was very proud. Yeah. But I still want more.
No, I feel like it's just a matter of time before the rest of them get some, sign a deal. Because they've been blowing up too on their own solo songs, man. All right, so you got the new single with Megan and Future, man. Uh-huh. So, I know you've been locked in with Megan. I think you talked about this a year and a half ago, you guys had something in the work. Mm-hmm. But what was your reaction when you learned Future jumped on one of these?
It was crazy. I always wanted to work with Future, and that was my first time hearing it because I didn't know he was on it. So she was playing it. Dude had rap 50 bars on there, but they had to cut it.
Really?
They had to chop it up. It was just cool. I think everything is just cool with me, and I don't realize it until later. Dang, you know what? I just did that, and so I was just sitting back thinking while the song was playing, I want more. This is pretty cool. I want more of this. I want to keep be able to have that feeling that something new is happening to me, and I can't believe it. The song blowing up. They ain't never happened, so I'm I want that feeling again. I want that feeling every time I do something. Me getting on Billboard. All right, that's cool. I want that feeling to happen again. Glo signing. I want that feeling to happen again. Then Gloss, everything. That's how I felt about this song. So everything kind of cohesive with each other. My feeling for the song Pressurelicious, hearing Future and Meg, Better to Be, kind of in the process with Meg when she working on the song, like all that trickled down and made sense to what I was doing. Like it just made sense. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it just debuted on Billboard too with 55. Get higher and higher, you see.
Yeah, that's my highest song gonna be.
That one is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one's just going to keep going up too.
Yeah, it just hit. It's only been on there for
this is the first week. Yeah. Yep. You and Uzi finally dropped, man. That cigarette.
Yeah, that's Uzi my favorite artist.
For real?
Yeah, that was on my. I had a whiteboard. I got a whiteboard in my room, and ironically, I had Glo song and video on my list to like get stuff done. And this before I even sent her the beat or thought for her to be on the FNF beat. But she was up there, and Uzi name was up there, Meg name, Duke name. And I was like, I gotta get this done. The Billboard goals was on my board as well. I had put in my close friends. But yeah, Uzi my favorite artist, so to work with him and get that done was pretty cool. And then I seen him at the bash as well. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he noticed who I was until he looked at my hat because I had the HitKidd for President hat. And
was that your first time meeting him?
Yeah, he kind of like double. He did a double take. Like, dang, this HitKidd, okay, boom. And this how that video went. He was like, come in the room, because my homie Desto, she had performed, and they pretty cool. They kind of like brothers and sisters. So that's what he was telling me to come into the room, and then we just chopped it up.
Yeah, and I saw you said you want a song with Kanye, man. So go ahead and manifest that right now, man.
I mean, I know Kanye know who I am. I'm kind of too everywhere right now. Like knowing the type of person I feel like he is, I know he already researching. Like, cause I'm that type of person. I might not have even reached out yet, but I know of you. And once I already got my, what's it called? Like pre-consumption, not pre-consumption.
Premonition.
Yeah. So of the person of me, I feel like he already has that of me. So when we get time to work with each other, get around each other, we already know of each other just through social media and what we research on each other.
Yeah.
Because we have some close mutual friends, really close mutual friends. Am I right, Kadeem? But yeah.
All right, so Crunkstar's out, man. Mm-hmm. I really got to ask you, man, about this I Get Crunk and the sample for the LL Cool J.
Yeah.
So I think Duke said it was his idea. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me. I had replayed it, though. I had replayed it and made the beat. It was fairly easy. Oh. I feel like it was just too simple, but like the beat wise. But yeah, it ended up coming around. Especially like now, it just went viral on Twitter, on his page. So it's kind of coming around. So
he's in the mall dancing to it.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a good look. We had like the lock him in the trunk. Was it the lock him in the? Was it lock him in the trunk? No, it was I forget. Drag rap. It was a drag rap sample in there at first, and with all the sample clearance, we had to take it out. No. But it was pretty cool making it, cause to see how I could take that song and make it into
a crunk song. Yeah. It's like, I don't think anyone ever thought about.
So when he had the that really that was a key element in that song.
Yeah. And what about Running Out of Love? What was it like running out of love?
That beat, when I sampled it, it's a sample in there, but when I made it, I didn't expect the bass line to go how it went. And I sent it to Duke, and it did have a guitar on there. Dante Smith ended up putting the guitar on there, and it just brought it to a whole. It just made it super dynamic. Duke voice going crazy. I promise you, I listened to that song for like 2 weeks straight, the whole car ride, everywhere I went. Everywhere I went, at least in the morning, I went to go work out. From when I left my house to I went to the gym, that's on the song they played.
And you directed the video too, right?
Yeah. That was my first. That was like my biggest. It wasn't like a big type production set, but as far as like I had to do more than what I normally do role wise. That was the biggest thing, and putting together was fun with Rico. Like Rico shot it, and me and him edited together on Discord once again. So you see, me and Rico are a pretty good team, but that was so fun putting it together, finding the doing the location scout. I scout the location, the angles, the everything. It was crazy, like the color palette, and I don't know if y'all paid attention, but the color fades to go with the running out of love part of the song. So the color is a representation of running out of love, but it's running out of color. So
I feel like that's a big passion for you, is these music videos right now.
yeah,
right?
of course. I want to do everything I can be creative in, and I like it. So I want to. You gonna see a lot more really soon that what I directed, because I want to get it to film.
Okay.
And do everything with the camera. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah. How'd you end up on the Asian Doll's new album, that Down South song?
Man, that song like 3-4 years old.
Is it really?
Yes. That song like 3-4 years old. Cause I sent her I had DM'd her one day and was like, you must be scared to work with HitKidd. And then she sent me her number, and then I had sent her like 2 or 3 beats, and then she took it and did that. But it was an open verse on it. And then I had asked her about it like a year later. I'm like, nah, what the song get? Let me have it. She was like, nah, Taymoney got on there. I'm like, cool. I think they had shot a video. And it kind of got weird because I didn't know what the song was, so I had asked her again. I mean, I'm like, you need to do something with it. If not, let me get it. And ironically, I seen Taymoney. I started working with Taymoney in Miami, and I asked about it. She was like, yeah, that song's so hard. We shot a video. I don't think they liked the video, so that's why they ain't never put it out.
Okay.
But, fast forward, it's on the project now. Because we didn't want to waste a song. It was a perfect timing, too. It was a good collaboration. Both of them was really crazy on it.
No, that's dope right there. So, Camp's Out. This is your label, right?
Yeah.
And you announced you just signed your first artist, right?
Myself.
Yourself. So, who's some other artists you're looking to sign?
You gotta keep that discreet.
I think I know who it is.
Nah. Yeah, I split myself in half and signed my other half. I'm gonna sign myself
You got Hit
twice.
and Kid?
Yeah, I signed Hit and I signed Kid over there. They're on my shoulders.
So what are some goals for the label then? Like, what do you got? What are you trying to accomplish with this?
To do what all these other big cities doing, but in a Memphis way. I want to take over and be very efficient as a label and represent realness. That's why I feel like what is lacking in the music industry, especially like with labels, authenticity, creativity, to a certain extent, like all of that, like the realness is probably the most important thing, because that's what really gave me the fire to really go ahead and dive in and go ahead and really start, because I had people that was just, other labels, they just focus on analytics. I would like to focus on being creative. The analytics will fall in line. You have other people that be able to do that and research that for you, but I want to be creativity driven, like creativity driven label, versus trying to focus on the numbers.
Yeah.
I want to grab somebody that ain't got no followers, but has a great presentation, can make great music, is in the target market for something that's missing, and putting them right there and let them expand and be diverse and be creative as possible, and take other people like that. Obviously, it's people that might be big that I see I can work with and hopefully sign. So either take those artists too and do the same thing with them.
Yeah.
But I already shown that I can. The girls already had stuff going, but I already shown that I can get in position and give guidance if let be, to be able to push artists and basically develop too, and be creative as possible at the same time. Because I was doing everything. I really like the chaperone. I had to drive. I had to get the Airbnb. I had to, look at the numbers, be able to tell should we drop this, when should we drop this, how the cover should look. I was doing the creative direction for the covers, and shout out to Blunt Blesser, who did some of the artwork for me. And then, I had to basically do manage, produce, security. That's what my label is. Like everybody have to, be doing something. You have to be responsible for what you do, and what you're responsible for. Please make sure you're efficient in it and be able to learn and listen. Like all that is implemented in my record label, so whoever's on board is already understood. Otherwise, you won't even get close to it. So when people be talking about, "Hey, bro, sign me," and I click on your page, and your page look like it don't make sense, you were already out the equation because I already been like I study people before I work with them. So you can imagine what I do before I sign them.
Real shit. And I feel like artist development is something that's really lacking with a lot of these major labels these days.
Yeah, like I was being hated on, so there was like, let me go and start my own label so you can hate on it too. But it was, it's not too many big labels coming out in Memphis.
True.
We got a couple great, like at least 3 or 4 that's really great, but I want to get in there and make sure it didn't seem so divided, and show you that everything can be cohesive. Yeah. So that was like my biggest thing. Like you have probably about 3 or 4. I say about 3 or 4. But I know what I was about to say. You have like other labels that they might feel like they're basically scared to like really make that leap and become like what these other cities are doing. At least out of Memphis, I'm just speaking in terms of Memphis. Like we can really do it and show other labels outside of here that we can do it. But we ain't doing it for them. But they go see what we doing. And I want to be able to squeeze in there and make a real mark, a real stamp, and do that.
Understood, yeah. And how much would you say you learned about the music, the business side, by going through everything you went through with Dream Chasers?
Man, that was I learned a lot of stuff. Personally and business-wise, me speaking out was one thing. Like, hey, that's another representation. Like, that's gonna be for my label is to hold each other accountable. Don't be sitting on my label and let me do something stupid and don't say nothing. Cause now I feel like you would do something stupid and won't tell nobody you did something stupid. So it's just like putting grease into the sink. Like you're not pouring grease into the sink, but it's say you cook some chicken right and you got grease in your pot and you clean it out. You kind of put some of the oil in there and you keep doing it and it just built up. Then your sink stop. No, we just ain't gonna put the grease in there. We not ain't gonna let it build up. So that's like my analogy to that. Like it was just stuff that was building up. Like with that situation, I had my own stuff going. So I was never tripping, but I seen what was going on to be able to learn how to maneuver when that type of situation will ever come up again. So they really strengthened me in that aspect. But it's just crazy. I just feel like people was responsible enough to own up to the action. So me coming to the game, ironically, it happened at the same time that like I had some big songs coming out too. So a lot of eyes was on me when I made a certain post. So me doing that is bringing awareness to a situation where a lot of people are in, but they don't want to speak on it because they feel like they might lose. They want to say that face card because they might be in the room where they might need the other person. But we shouldn't have to be moving like that just to save a face card. I can care less about that because I stand on business. Like I'm about being real as I can, being a stand-up person. Otherwise, I leave a situation if I ever feel uncomfortable. If it don't feel good to my soul, I'm not doing it. So that's why I don't like to be. That's why I have to hold people accountable around me. So if I see you do something that don't feel good to me, I'm gonna let it be known. But you ain't the type of person who want to be inferior. So that's why you can't be around. And a lot of people who feel like they're at a certain point and they can't be told or don't want to be inferior to other people around them, it can't happen. So that's how I looked at it. That's how I looked at that whole situation.
Real shit.
And you can ask anybody around, like ain't nothing I said ever had to be fabricated. Like I ain't gotta lie about nothing. Me talking about, me actually putting on the internet. Why you think I just went straight to the internet? If you knew me, you gotta know I went to I exercised.
You went to the source first.
I exercised everything I could do to get this situation under control. And I'm like, what's up? Like, yeah, let me go on, bring awareness to, shed light on this so people know I ain't playing. I ain't, HitKidd ain't lying about nothing. I ain't gotta lie about nothing when I be putting stuff out. So, that's my thing, just to clear up any misconceptions.
Understood, man.
Yeah.
You just made this post about rebuilding Orange Mound Tower. Just kind of speak on what Orange Mound Tower is and why you decide to
It's a
rebuild
building I
this
used to
community.
drive past all the time, but didn't know what it was. But I went into the section, and it was like, it had a train station. It had like lots of stuff, construction or whatever. But I'm partnered with Tom, Victoria, the president over there, and we finna set up a couple of meetings and try to make something happen. I'm calling it the Memphis Renaissance because that project that we're working on is really gonna shed light to Memphis, because you have nothing but black creators that's going in an area that was the first black neighborhood, I think, in America. So that's crazy. Like, I'm sitting there talking like, yo, I don't think you know what you got in front of y'all. Like, I know y'all got this, but I don't think y'all understand, like, this real history. So for me, be able to, because they reached out to me, and I had always thought about like doing some stuff like that. And so me being at the level I'm at the platform, having the platform I have, me doing that would make other people that's in the same business as me want to get involved and help out the city. Because that was my other thing when I mentioned about the clubhouse situation. You got people that take out resources and the money that could be of use in Memphis, but you taking it out. So I'm putting back into Memphis, but you have people that be like, man, Memphis don't owe you nothing, you ain't gotta, all right, that's cool. Like, I ain't that type of person. Like, this is my hometown, so I wanna rebuild. You go somewhere else and rebuild a place. When I'm rebuilding the first black neighborhood in America, ain't nobody there to touch it except a few musicians by the name of Unapologetic. So everybody else, they scared because I guess it's not cool, or it's just it's too lengthy. They want something quick. They want something that can happen like right away. This still gonna take like a few years to be able to happen. And then I know it's gonna trickle down and start reaching into the neighborhood, like the actual neighborhood, the residential areas. Because this place is basically, we have a place called the Crosstown Concourse, kind of like the same thing, but so it's like Wall Street, and you got Black Wall Street. That's really what it is, and that's what it's definitely gonna be. When you see everything like all said and done, you like, it's understood like what's going on. And it's just one project. I'm trying to take over, do whatever I can creatively, and that's where I feel like it's missing as well, as far as like people that's in like in the industry I'm in. But they want to talk the talk, but they ain't walking the walk for sure. And I had to wait till I got into the right pocket of time to better get into this, because as much as I said I want to do it a few years ago, I didn't feel like I was in the right position to do it right like I wanted to, because I didn't just want to jump in head first and not even be ready for it. So I feel like it was the right time for this.
Yeah, no, that sounds major. I salute you for doing that.
No, it's gonna be like game changer, like real history. It's something you would see in the history book coming soon. I would say coming soon, but later on down the line.
Yeah. All right, before we get you out of your hit, man, go ahead and make your pitch for Skechers, man.
Look at my shoes, y'all.
Yeah, hold them up. Let them see them.
Yeah, I see it. I signed them. I signed my shoes, Skechers. I've been wearing these shoes for so long. I'm gonna keep wearing till y'all give me a deal. But I signed them because these shoes are like stock. These shoes are stock. So the more and more I become more progressive in my career, the more these shoes will be worth. And these are Skechers that I'm wearing that I signed. So please give me a deal. I'm gonna turn y'all up. So I already reached out. I know the different demographics you guys are trying to reach out to, but are able to get to. I can be that of assistance. I can reach out to the southern demographic area, to the black people that's not wearing shoes. You only have these certain type of people at this certain age group. Hey, let's get that other side with me, with my help. I can do this. And I can also make you infiltrate into the music industry, which is another big market that you guys could be possibly using. And I also direct. So I'm very hands-on. I also know how to design. So besides wearing the shoe and promoting the shoe, I can create the shoe. I can also make jackets. if y'all need it. We can make some Skechers pants. We can do all of that. So yeah, this is my pitch.
They gotta tap in, man. What the fuck? All right, Hid, you got any shout outs you like to give before you wrap it up here, bro?
Nah, I'm just gonna say shout out to everybody, so I don't forget nobody.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just lead to the hustle.